Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dumpin Dish, episode number 17. Coach, how we doing today?
Awesome. How about yourself?
A little sore from the day. Was running and gunning with old Maximus today, so legs are a little tired.
Yeah, his battle partner was out from camp, so
Yeah, Six Flags got in the way.
Coach switched. He got the call up to the big leagues.
Yeah, nothing like trying to skate with a 14-year-old.
Jeez, I could do it once.
Yeah.
It's about the
I won't
fifth.
be doing it tomorrow.
It's the fifth rep that would get me. Yeah. I can fake it once, but yeah, all in all, good day.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah,
First thing on the list, last day at camps is tomorrow, Coach. It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
that's really exciting.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a great summer. I want to give a shout out to all our high schoolers, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't work without them, and they're a heck of a team now.
No.
They've had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
They've been a great team. A lot of fun this summer. Very minor hiccups. Everything's just been so great with them.
Smooth.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a well-oiled machine with those guys.
Yeah, they know what's expected. They do it. They don't complain. They're there to work and have fun. You
Yeah.
know, and they're a blast. They're cracking jokes in the locker room. Everybody's giving and taking. Nobody's getting upset. And nobody's getting picked on or anything like that. Everybody's just giving and taking, and it's just like a normal hockey locker room. It's so neat to have.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How about Gusty's recommendation for today's topic?
Yeah.
Zambonis.
Zambonis, Gus.
Are you guys interested in hearing about Zambonis?
Yeah.
Anybody?
So
The different Zambonis in town?
Yeah. So we passed on that one. Our topic will come up later, but it's not about the Zambonis. That was a good laugh.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, you got buried for that one.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got next topic. We've got tryouts coming up next week here in St. Louis.
How are you doing for tryouts? You got to be a part of it. You got to be
Yeah.
an evaluator. Tell me about your evaluation process, Coach. You're walking in day one. You got to evaluate the 10U girls.
So I'm actually not an evaluator. I'll be running the on ice portion of it. So
Been
I'm
fired from being an
yeah.
evaluator.
Well,
Got
just having a daughter in it. At the end of the day, all I'm doing is blowing the whistle and helping set up the drills and making sure that we get the most out of the ice time. And that's what we're good at. Like could I be evaluator? Sure. But, my daughter is part of that process. So I'm fine with taking a back seat on that and really just making sure that the girls get the best looks possible, all of them, being on the ice and maximizing the use of the ice that we've got. We've got 3 hours of tryouts for those girls in 2 different groups, so 6 hours total. But, making sure that the girls are...
Was that 3 separate skates?
Yeah, 3 separate
Got
skates. Yeah. So we do 1 pre-skate, and then we do 3 tryouts. First one alphabetical, second one is based on skill, and third one's based on skill also. Or if we need to see something or whatever, maybe kind of a flex sheet that's more of a scrimmage style. But no, really looking forward to it. I know my daughter is super excited for the hockey season and ready to be playing games. She's done a lot of training this summer and really worked on her game, so she's excited.
She's looking good, both of them.
Yeah, she's excited to kind of showcase those skills and get back on the ice with the Cyclones and really represent a team, not just herself training.
Yeah.
This summer and sometimes as an adult we forget that at the end of the day they want to play games, they want to be a part of that competition, and so. She's really looking forward to her first full ice games because she moves up to 10U. So it's a whole.
What position is she going to play?
Oh, she'll be a defenseman.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my calm, cool, and collected one. My little one, a little bit more of run and
She's got a
gun.
little feisty.
A
little bit of an attitude on
Yeah,
her.
so I think she'll end up being a forward, but my older one I think is a defenseman, and just that calm, cool, collected. Very good positionally. She's working on her footwork, working on her shooting. And that's a tough one at, going into 10U, is especially from the points that shot's a long way away.
That's a long way to the net there, buddy.
So really working with her on her shot and trying to develop that. But no, she's super excited. And, as a club, as the Lady Cyclones, we're super excited for tryouts. And there's been a lot of work put in over the summer to get ready for this season and make it the best season possible for the girls.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. No, I'm excited to hear how all our players do in tryouts. That's always a fun week once they've all made the teams and everything.
It's so much fun. And then you have the parent that's like, man, my kid played, C2 last year and made a B1 team. Like,
Yeah, that's
essentially
the good part.
jumped like 80 kids inside of the organization from just putting in the work. So those are my favorite conversations. Those are awesome.
All right, next topic's not even on the board, but we forgot to mention we're in a new podcast studio, so bear with us. It might sound a little funny here, but we're going to dial it in and get some more things. We might redesign it. We haven't decided.
Yeah, we moved back into an office space over by our by our training facility, so it's nice. We're right next door to the training facility. But yeah, it's a new space and trying to get the acoustics and the lighting and everything right. So bear with us for a week or two.
Yeah.
While we do that.
We're doing our best. We're hockey coaches. All right, Coach. What I want to talk about today, the big thing is what skills should we be focused on by age group? What are the most important skills, starting with 6 and 8U? I'm going to kind of combine those two because we're all kind of learning and just getting our feet under us. So where would you start with them if you're a coach? Where, Dad's coming out to coach. What would you start with as a coach?
Number one is skating, and balance is by far the number one thing inside of skating because it is the foundation of everything we do.
Yep.
When I run my 6 and 8U practices, every practice has at least 5 to 10 minutes of balance work up and down the ice, balancing on one foot. Those eventually become hops on one foot. And at the very beginning of the season, that's even like 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And balance is so, so critical and so overlooked by most coaches. It's not the most fun to coach. It's not the most exciting.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, though, if you can develop balance in those younger players, the sky's the limit. It's just like the foundation of a house. You have to build that first. Then you can worry about how many doors and windows you want to put on and what color you want to paint, everything else. But if you don't have a good foundation, the rest of the house is bleh. And
everything's done on one foot.
And
shooting, passing, stick handling,
everything. And if you don't have that, you're. I can't tell you how many high level players have come in here that have just learned how to, as we call it, Hulk slam it their way through it on inside edges.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you get them flat and their speed goes through the roof and they're like, wow, skating is so much easier. Well, yeah, you're not fighting yourself.
You're not falling the whole time.
Yeah, it's not a controlled fall that you're just trying to like not hit the ice. That you're actually able to balance on each foot. You're actually able to do all of these other skills, tight turns, crossovers, under control, where again you're not just slowly falling over. And so balance is number one. And then just at 6 and 8U, I want to start the basic stick handle, passing, and shooting.
Sweeping and pushing.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Grabbing power.
Grabbing power. So, with stick handling, it's just making those zigzags, 2 hands out in front of you. Just truly the basics of stick handling. Maybe by the very end of the year, last year we finally got to doing like a 1-2 move and implementing some other more fun and exciting things to do with stick handling. But 90% of the time it was just stick handling up and down the ice and making sure that we have those hands nice and close. That's a big one that a lot of kids that don't have the right instruction, their hands are
halfway down
the stick. You can't stick handle. And again, that turns into bad passing, which turns into bad shooting, which turns into bad everything.
You can't balance because you're hunched over because your stick's halfway down, your hand's down on your stick.
So just starting with the basics of one big glove in between those hands, timing it with your feet as we're skating. That's the other one. You see somebody that way over handles, that does 3 stick handles for every stride rather than just 1-to-1, like working the easy stuff. A simple one-handed carry. We introduced that at 6 and 8U. To be able to carry down the ice on your backhand side, just pushing the puck. But yeah, just those basic fundamentals. And then shooting is grabbing, power, stepping, and pointing.
Stationary.
Passing. Yeah, we just stand still and shoot at the net, and then turns into one stride into it, and then a couple strides into it. You build up to it as the year goes on. And same thing with passing. You start with stationary passing, and then you start moving up and down the ice, making passes back and forth. Very much exactly like what we do with St. Louis hockey training in our camps.
All right, moving on to the 10U. I got a 10U dad. He's
Sure.
asking, what should I focus on the big things this year? What am I trying to do?
10U is for me is when we can start introducing more moves into those stick handling, the slow, quick, a little bit more of a front to back stick handle in some situations. Backhand passing, really refining those up body passes.
Yep.
Again, just building that next step on those foundational skills. Shooting is a big one for 10U. That's where they finally
I agree. I was going to say that.
They start to get the power that they need to be able to use their full body. You've developed that balance in 6 and 8U, so now it's time to cut that loose and the power starts to come in, and now we can start hitting corners. We can start getting, hitting the top shelf, for a lot of them.
Yeah.
If they've put in that work at 6 and 8U.
All right, all right. So your big thing is shooting, and then just continue on the balance and the stick skills. The
Yeah,
1, 2.
we still have to go back and hit all those. I mean,
Yeah.
even when we coached DeSmet, we're coaching varsity kids that 28 out of our 30-man roster was actively playing AAA or Central States, and we still did power skating that was balance and hops and making sure that once every month or two we went back and hit all those and made sure that those were nice and refined, and you can build from there and get more creative then.
All right. Now we're talking Pee Wee's 12U. Hit me with it.
12U. One thing I didn't talk about in 10U that I think builds into 12U is crossovers and really getting those down. Like we
Definitely.
we start those at 6 and 8U, but they're clunky.
Yeah, real clunky.
Yeah,
Can't balance yet quite on that outside edge. Hold it.
Well, you just don't have strong enough ankles and
Yeah.
building up that strength. 10U, again, it comes in with that strength that we talked about with shooting. Now we can talk about holding those outside edges for crossovers. At 12U, we can talk about using those crossovers to generate more speed.
Yeah.
For the boys, some of them start to sniff in puberty a little bit, getting a little bit more muscle. Like we talk about different ways to generate more speed going up and down the ice, more complicated transitions, the 3-step transition rather than just getting wide and scraping a little bit, actually stepping through that, adding a backwards cross under into your backward to forward transition. So again, it still goes back to the basics.
What do you think about body contact? Is it about time 12U?
Sure, yeah, and that's when you really went. Well, I'm one that introduces not body contact into checking, but
Puck protection.
puck protection and things like that. I start even at the 6 and 8U level after we've got the basics.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season, puck protecting, how to do that. 10U.
When does it become a main focus?
12.
12.
12,
Okay.
yeah, 12.
So you're dialing it in then.
12
you gotta
is
have some battle every camp.
Well,
every
you don't want to just jump into 14U and never played any contact. Like, it's a magical light switch that goes on for USA Hockey that says, okay, now you can run full speed into each other.
Couldn't disagree more with when they put it involved, though.
Yeah, and let's put it in where half the kids are through puberty, half of them aren't, and
some are mean now.
Yeah. You've gotten to the point where some are mean, but anyway, like it is what it is. So no, you need to start introducing that in 12U so that by the time they get to 14U, it's not like it's not a brand new shiny toy.
Yeah.
That everything looks like a nail if you're a hammer walking around. So that it's not overused, but also they're used to getting hit. Where when they get hit, it's not turn around and whack them with your stick as hard as you can, because that's what happens when you're talking about people are starting to get mean. Like one kid takes a bad hit, and then all of a sudden, you got a brawl on the ice because of a hit that probably wasn't even dirty, or
No, just looking backwards, skating through the middle.
Sure.
Any hit's going to be big when you're looking the wrong direction.
Yeah. So learning how to protect yourself, learning how to put yourself in positions where you don't get hit like that, or put somebody else in that position. A lot of it's the passer, not even just the person receiving the pass. You gave that pass, you gave that hospital pass.
Nice suicide pass.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir, Bill.
Yeah. Introducing that body contact in a controlled manner and ramping it up so that by the time they get to 14U, they're used to it and ready to rock and roll with it.
All right, last one I got for you, 14U.
Now for the boys, they're going through puberty. It's really using their body and muscles to the maximum ability. It's generating as much power as possible of every stride. It's utilizing the whole body working together. When you make a hit, it's not just hitting with your shoulder. It starts from your legs, driving through somebody.
So that hitting number one's going to be hitting that year.
Well, no, just body positioning and using that strength that's for a lot of them newfound.
Yeah.
They've gone through puberty. Some of them have started lifting weights a little bit, and using that strength in a way to be productive on the ice and help your game out. That's something that's a new tool that they didn't have all the time beforehand. Slap shots, are a big one when you start to get in the power like that. All your defensive footwork, which is important throughout your entire career, but like really generating power out of those backwards crossovers, really generating power out of your quick starts. How do we do that? And then it's more creative. In 14U, it's more of also teaching more of the game.
The flow of hockey.
Yeah, and you've now got the fundamentals we talked about, in the Hockey is Hard episode. Like, we're now through skating. We're now through the stick skills. Now we're finally playing the game at the top
We can
of that
do some
pyramid.
things without thinking about it.
Yeah. And you can find that's when you're teaching the guys like look this way and then pass this way. You're looking somebody off of a pass. You're looking somebody, looking coverages off just like a quarterback would do when you're the defenseman skating out of the zone and then making the pass the other direction. Yeah, and helping your teammates out and putting it into soft areas that's harder for a younger kid to realize, like put it out in front of them, let them skate to it. You don't have to make a direct pass straight to them. Put it in the area where they're going to get there first. Or if you have to dump the puck in, it's not just a blind dump into the zone. Put it in the corner that your person's going to get there first.
Yeah.
But it all takes that extra second, which means you also need to not be thinking about skating or passing or dumping the puck in or whatever it may be. You're thinking about hockey. You're analyzing what's across the ice. Okay, my forward's going to be the first into that corner. I will make sure the puck dies in that corner away from the goalie so the goalie can't play it. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of things that go on all in that takes a half a second.
Yeah.
You
got a lot to go through there quick.
Yeah. And you really have to get to that point where you're not thinking about what your feet are doing. You're not thinking about what your hands are doing. Now we're playing hockey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think that was pretty good. I was just checking in. Do you sure you want to go through the Zambonis?
No, I think the Zambonis are good in St. Louis.
Sorry, Gus, I tried for you, buddy.
Best one's Fenton still from our episode on the rinks where they got the new laser system, which is pretty awesome ice now.
When it works.
Yeah, and we were there the first 2 weeks when they were trying to dial it in. So I will give them a little, I'll give them a little slack on that dialing it in. But
overloaded the Zamboni one day with ice.
Oh man, yeah, but
had it coming out all over.
Yeah, it was shooting out everywhere. But they've got that dialed in now, so that's pretty darn good ice.
Yeah,
so.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, well, again, I want to give a shout out to all those high schoolers working for us: Mr. Gus, Miss Emma, Bryce, Abby, Ungie, Willie P, Nate. We appreciate it. Can't do it without you. Unloading cars, doing all the grunt work all the time. We need you and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Have a good one. That's the end of Dumpin Dish episode 17. We'll see you next week.
Thanks everybody.
See you.